Hello everyone. Today in this session we'll move ahead and we'll try to practice another sum. So on your screen there is a question number 9. In the last session we did question number 8. Now today in this session we'll see question number 9 and we'll move ahead one by one gradually, okay, in our second lesson, final accounts. So I'm reading the question first, then afterwards we'll try to solve this sum. Okay, so see, I'm reading the question. Parthiv and Priya are the partners of a partnership firm. From the trial balance dated 31/3/17 and adjustments, prepare final accounts of partnership firm. Then the trial balance is given, where debit balance side we can see drawings available of both the partners Parthiv and Priya. Net cost of purchase, this net cost of purchase is also given as adjusted purchase over here, right? Then stock of goods on 31/3/17, again closing stock is available in the trial balance only directly. That means what? It is only recorded in our balance sheet on asset side but cannot be shown in the trading account. Okay, receivables means it is known as our debtors. Okay, I told you during the last year also this receivables other name debtors it is available, so you can write with it into bracket debtors. Wages and salary, now this one also we have discussed, wages and salary. So the word first is available over here is wages. It means it is recorded in trading account. Okay, if suppose salary and wages available, then salary is the first word, so it can be recorded in profit and loss account, but at present it is wages first available, so you have to record this expenditure in our trading account. Trading expense, building, furniture fittings, office equipments, packing material stock, again packing material stock. So stock is known as an asset, that is called stock of packing material also. So this will be recorded only again in balance sheet. Why? Because this is available again in our trial balance directly, so it will only have a single effect as an asset shown in the balance sheet on asset side, cash balance. Then on credit balances side, capital accounts of Parthiv and Priya it is available, sales, then payables means creditors, liability. Okay. Then goods distributed as free samples, this is called goods going out other than sales. So when goods goes out other than sales available will be deducted from purchase, right? So this will be shown in our trading account as deduction from purchase. Bank overdraft is our liability. And see, the note is available over here, that is regarding this net cost of purchase. It is given that net cost of purchase means adjusted purchase. Now what is the formula of adjusted purchase, that you should know actually. So adjusted purchase means it is opening stock. I am writing over here only so that you can understand, and you can also write in your textbook if you have available, or in your classwork book. Write down this formula: opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. This is your formula to calculate adjusted purchase. Okay, so that is what we have to keep in mind. So in short, it is said that this net cost of purchase has been recorded after adjusting the opening and closing stock. So over here the opening stock and closing stock effects are already included, so we do not have to record it additionally. Okay, then adjustments are given. First one, provide interest at 8% on capital and 12% on drawings. Parthiv had withdrawn 400 at the end of each month and Priya had withdrawn on 1/10/16. 400 at the end of each month means 400 into 12, so total drawings will be 12 4s are 4800, which is already available over here. Then why this condition is given? This one is to calculate the interest, which is he has withdrawn money at the end of each month. We have seen in the short questions also during the last chapter that when the partner withdraws an amount, equal amount of money at the beginning of every month, at the middle of every month, and at the end of every month, then the period which we have to take to calculate interest on drawings is different available, that we have seen the calculation also according to the given information. Okay, so that is why it is given over here that how you are going to calculate interest according to this condition. Okay, and Priya had withdrawn on 1/10/16, that means not in the beginning, not at the end of each month, only on 1/10/16 she has withdrawn lump sum amount, how much? Directly 3200. So according to the period we have to calculate interest. Okay, then second one, credit sales of rupees 10,000 is not recorded, so unrecorded credit sales, this is called as. Okay, two effects for unrecorded credit sales is, first one, unrecorded credit sales is added to the sales and shown in the trading account credit side, and second, sales directly related with the debtors, so it is also added to the debtors. Okay, and the other part is also there, and total of the sales book of March is overcast by rupees 2000. See, this is an error, both are our errors available. First error is called as what? Unrecorded sales, means it is called as error of omission. When there is an error of omission available, we have to give full two effect, both the effects, correct effect. Okay, and this one is called as error of totaling, because the total of the sales book of March 2000 is overcast. And when there is an error of totaling available, we have seen in 11th standard also in rectification of error, then when there is such kind of error of totaling, error of posting available, it is not possible to write a journal entry, because there are no two accounts available in such error affected, right? Only one account is affected available. Like over here, sales book total is overcast, so sales book means where we record credit sales. So credit sales we have recorded means sales account is affected. So sales total is overcast means sales account total they have recorded more. This is what only the affected account available. So in that case there is only one effect available. So what about the other effect? So if they have used suspense account, then that will be the second effect. But suspense account, if they have used, it should be available in your trial balance, but no suspense account is available in our trial balance. So we can only give at present one effect for this adjustment regarding the total recorded more. Overcast means recorded more by how much? 2000. So that much amount we have to decrease from the sales account. No other effect. Sales is directly related with the debtors, we all know, but it is not affecting to the debtor, it is only affecting to sales account. Okay, so that is only one effect we have to give. So what about the other effect? So there may be any other account available which is having the same amount error on the opposite side, and that we are going to rectify so that we can compensate both this error. One effect in the sales account, other effect in any other account, that we have to compensate. Okay, that is only the way available. So that we'll find out later on, whatever it is available. We'll read the remaining part of the sum. Okay, write off additional bad debts of rupees 2000 and provide 5% bad debts reserve on debtors. So that also we can record. After recording this sales adjustment, credit sales unrecorded adjustment, we can record this adjustment. Before recording this adjustment, you cannot record this provision for doubtful debts, otherwise your amount of provision for doubtful debts will be wrong. Furniture of rupees 4000 became obsolete. Obsolete means it is now useless for the business, okay, which is not recorded in the book. So the furniture which became useless now has to be written off from the business. So we have to write off furniture, in short it is given by rupees how much? 4000 as obsolete furniture. A court has finalized claim of rupees 4000 for not meeting agreement to provide goods to a customer. See, court has finalized claim of rupees 4000. So claim, maybe we have to pay or maybe we are going to receive. Okay, they have finalized how much? Of rupees 4000. But the next sentence which will decide that whether it is firm has to pay or firm is going to receive. So for not meeting agreement to provide goods to customer, so firm failed to provide goods to customer within the time limit we have decided, and for that purpose the court has decided that firm has to pay penalty to the customer in the form of a claim rupees how much? 4000. So this is what the interpretation of this adjustment, that firm failed to pay the claim, firm failed to supply the goods to the customer within the time, and customer has demanded a claim for that purpose from the firm. So firm is going to pay this claim to the customer. So this is known as an adjustment of penalty for the firm. So this penalty of claim, it is an expense. First of all, firm is going to pay this, so firm has a loss. So for the firm it is an expense shown in the profit and loss account debit side, and court has finalized the claim, means for the firm it became a liability that firm has to pay this to the customer. Still it is not paid, they have not given that firm has already paid and recorded over that, right? So for the firm it is a liability towards the customer to pay the claim amount. So the second effect, as a liability, it is recorded in the balance sheet. Sixth, outstanding wages of rupees 2000 is recorded to wages account, but outstanding wages account is not recorded in the trial balance. So see, this is another error which is only affecting in one account. What it is given, outstanding wages of 2000 is recorded to wages account. We all know that whenever there is an outstanding expense available, we used to write two effect. First effect, it is added to that concerned expenditure, and second effect as a liability. So the journal entry we used to write is respective expense account debit to outstanding expense account. So wages account was debited for this outstanding wages, and outstanding wages account was credited. So it is recorded to wages account. So it is already included over here in the wages, right? But was not recorded to outstanding wages account. So outstanding wages account is not available in your trial balance. So this is only one error available, error of posting in only one account. Okay, so this is a compensating error. Why compensating error? Because that one error we have seen of totaling error. Sales book total was overcast by rupees 2000, and over here rupees 2000 outstanding wages was not recorded to outstanding wages account. So these are two compensating errors available. That is how we can compensate the errors. So that only we have to record with one effect. So this is how we can find out the compensating errors, and according to that we have to give the effect. Okay, now according to this we have to prepare final account. So for that purpose I have prepared trading account. First one, trading account of the firm of Parthiv and Priya for the year ending on 31/3/17. Debit side particulars, amount rupees, credit side particulars and amount rupees. Then second one is profit and loss account of the firm of Parthiv and Priya for the year ending on 31/3/17. Debit side particulars, amount rupees, credit side particulars, amount rupees. Then next one, it is profit and loss appropriation account for the year of the firm of Parthiv and Priya for the year ending on 31/3/17. Debit side particulars, amount rupees, credit side particulars, amount rupees. Then partners capital account, debit side date particulars Parthiv Priya rupees, credit side date particulars Parthiv and Priya rupees. Okay, and the last one is the balance sheet of the firm of Parthiv and Priya as on 31/3/17. Liabilities amount rupees, assets amount rupees. So this is what we have to prepare. These are the accounts and statements we have to prepare for the purpose of final account. Okay, now one by one, as we all know, we'll start with the adjustment part, and then we'll complete the remaining trial balance also. So see, I'm showing you the sum also. At the same time we'll try to record the effect also. Okay, so first adjustment available, provide interest at 8% on capital and 12% on drawings. And Parthiv had withdrawn 400 at the end of each month, and Priya had withdrawn on 1/10/16. So first we'll record interest on capital, then we'll record interest on drawings. And before recording this, first we'll record the opening balance of capital accounts and also the drawings. Where it is recorded, the opening balance of capital accounts is recorded in the partners capital accounts credit side on date 1/4/16. We have to write over here by balance brought down. This is what opening balance we have to record, which is available 24,000 and 16,000. And also we have to record now drawings. The drawings is closed and transferred to the capital account at the end of the year, so it is shown in the capital accounts debit side. Date 31/3/17. You have to write over here to drawings account, and the value available: Parthiv 4,800 and Priya 3,200. This is what drawings we have recorded. Now we'll move on recording the interest. So interest on capital is calculated at 8% per annum. So 8% interest we are going to calculate first on capital, opening capital, that is 24,000 and 16,000, and that we are going to record one by one, two effect. First effect shown in the profit and loss appropriation account debit side, and second effect partners capital accounts credit side. Okay, so we'll calculate the interest and then we'll record it in our capital accounts and appropriation account. So for the first partner, 24,000, 8%, which is 1920, will give the effect to two effects. First effect, it is recorded in appropriation account debit side. I am going to leave one line over here as well as over here, because I don't know whether there will be a net profit or there will be a net loss. So we have to leave one line on both the side, and then we'll start recording the effect. So to interest on capital, that is your title. Okay, under this there are two partners, so you have to write the names of partners, Parthiv and Priya, and rate of interest is 8%. So first partner capital is 24,000, 8% is 1920, and second partner capital is 6%, it's 8%, 16,000, sorry, second partner capital is 16,000 and its 8% is 1280. Total of this in the outer column 3,200, and its second effect recorded in your capital accounts credit side, date 31/3/17, by interest on capital. It is 1920 and 1280. Similarly, now interest on drawings you have to record. So what is the condition available? First partner, what it is given over here, that Parthiv had withdrawn 400 at the end of each month. Again I will revise you that condition about the interest. So we have discussed already in the last chapter in the short sums, just now only in the before the 2-3 sessions, that interest on capital, how it is calculated when such kind of condition is available. So to calculate interest on capital, there is a formula we have. When such kind of condition is available, that identical amount every month in the beginning or in the middle or in the end of the month, then you have to use which formula? First you have to write monthly drawings. See why I am writing all these calculations, because you can have clear concept about all these calculations also, and even in the short sums also this kind of points will be asked, so you need to write the formula for that. Okay, so monthly drawings into rate of interest into period, or you can use which formula? I is equals to PRN upon 100. That also you can use, no doubt, it is correct. Okay, don't worry. So the monthly drawings for Parthiv, it is given that he had withdrawn 400 at the end of each month. So monthly drawings 400. Rate of interest is available 12%. So into 12 upon 100 into period now. So when the partner withdraws identical amount, I am starting with the first period. Okay, when the partner withdraws identical amount at the beginning of each month, we have to take period. How much period we have to take? 78 upon 12. This is what I am writing over here. See, first period. Then when the partner withdraws identical amount at the beginning of each period, 78 by 12 you have to take. Then when the partner withdraws identical amount at the middle of each month, 6 you have to decrease from this, so it will be 76 upon 12. And when the partner withdraws identical amount at the end of each month, then the period we have to take is another 6 months you have to decrease, which is how much? 66 upon 12. So according to that, we have to take over here 66 divided by 12. This is what we have to take. Okay, so that according to this will calculate the answer. So 400 into 12% into 66 upon 12, that is 264. This is your interest on drawings for Parthiv. And for Priya now, that also will show over here calculation. So Priya has withdrawn, it is given over here. Priya had withdrawn on 1/10/16. That means what? The period over here we have to take is from 1/10/16 to 31/3/17. This is the period we have to take. So how many months it is over here? 6 months period. Now the drawings of Priya is already available over here, 3200. Drawings of Parthiv is also available, but according to the condition we have to take monthly amount. So we have used monthly amount and accordingly we have calculated. Now drawings of Priya we have to take 3200. So we can write over here 3200 into the rate of interest is 12% into 6 months. So 6 by 12. So 3200 into 12% into 6 by 12, that comes to 192, the interest on drawings for Priya. This is what the calculation we have. Okay, now we'll record the effect. So interest on drawings of partners recorded in the profit and loss appropriation account credit side as an income. So first effect, after leaving the first line on credit side, by interest on drawings into bracket 12% rate, that is your title, then name of the partner Parthiv and Priya. Interest on drawings of Parthiv is 264 and interest on drawings of Priya is 192. So we'll record over here 264 and 192, and its total is 456 in the outer column. And its second effect, it is recorded in partners capital accounts debit side. So on the debit side of capital accounts we can write date 31/3/17 to interest on drawings. It is 264 and 192. So adjustment first is over. Now we'll move on the second adjustment. See the second adjustment we have, that credit sales of rupees 10,000 is not recorded. So now unrecorded credit sales, first effect added to the sales, and sales is recorded in trading account credit side over here. So sales is available in your trial balance sheet. It is how much available? Sales 2 lakhs. So I'm going to write over here trading account credit side by sales 2 lakhs in the inner column plus unrecorded credit sales, which is 10,000. Addition, we'll keep it in the inner column only because still there is one adjustment is available on sales. So at present total of sales is available 2,10,000 in inner column. Second effect, credit sales is directly related with the debtors. So if your sales will increase, debtors balance will be also increase. So second effect will be recorded in our balance sheet. Debtors are known as our asset, so you can show it in the balance sheet on asset side. You can write directly from the beginning also, you can show after leaving 5-6 lines also, both are correct. Okay, so I'm writing over here debtors. Debtors are given in our sum as receivables. It is available in the trial balance on debit balance side. Debtors 48,000. So you can write in inner column 48,000. To this we are going to add plus unrecorded credit sales 10,000. Still adjustment is available on the debtors regarding bad debts and bad debts reserves. So I will keep the amount in inner column only, 58,000. That was the two effect for unrecorded credit sales. Now second part of this adjustment, that the total of sales book of March is overcast by 2000. So sales book total is overcast means total of sales account is recorded more by 2000. So that much excess amount which we have recorded, we have to exclude from only sales account. So sales account, below that we can write over here in our trading account minus total overcast, which is by given 2000. That is the effect, only one effect, because totaling error means it is not affecting to the two account, only affecting to one account, that respective account where total is recorded more or less. Okay, so sales book means sales account is recorded with 2000 more. I have recorded already over here. It is deducted. Why? Because it is recorded more means included by mistake 2000 more over here, so I have to exclude from it. And we have deducted from sales, and we all know sales always have which balance? Credit balance. If you deduct any amount from the sales account, that means sales account is given a reverse effect, that is sales account is debited. So this is your debit effect. Okay, one credit effect is still remaining to compensate this error, so that we'll see in the last adjustment. Okay, now the amount of sales we can write in outer column, because related to the sales now there is no other adjustment we have available. So the total of the sales now available 2,08,000. 2,10,000 minus 2,000 is 2,08,000. So that was your second adjustment. Now we'll move on the third adjustment. Write off additional bad debts of 2,000 and provide 5% bad debts reserve on debtors. So bad debts and bad debts reserve is deducted from the debtors. So below the debtors on the balance sheet asset side, I am going to write minus bad debts. That bad debts additional available 2,000 first of all. So the balance still in the inner column 56,000, and we have to provide bad debts reserve also. So minus bad debts reserve, which is at the rate of 5%. So it is 56,000, 5% we have to calculate, which is equals to 2,800. And now the balance you can write in outer column, because other adjustment related to the data is not available. So 56,000 minus 2,800 will be 53,200. And now second effect of this bad debts and bad debts reserve, yes, as you know, it is recorded in profit and loss account debit side. Again, after leaving one line, we'll write that format about bad debts and bad debts reserve to bad debts of trial balance to bad debts of adjustment plus bad debts reserve of adjustment. All these things it is not compulsory to write. Which are the details available, you can write that only, and then you can show the addition deduction, so that you can save some lines for the purpose of recording other items. Okay, so bad debts of trial balance, in our trial balance bad debts is not given, 0 it is. Bad debts of adjustment we have deducted 2,000. Bad debts reserve of adjustment, that is we have recorded as 2,800. So the total 4,800. And bad debts reserve of trial balance, it is also not available. So see, instead of wasting these two lines, you can directly write this much part, which is we require, because trial balance in which bad debts and bad debts reserve is not available. That is why it is required to study the whole sum first before you start recording the effect, so that you can understand and you can find out what is available, what is not available, and that will become easy for you to give the effects also. Okay, now next adjustment number 4. Furniture of rupees 4,000 became obsolete, which is not recorded in the book. So obsolete furniture means we have to write off that much furniture, it became useless. So that much of furniture will be deducted from the balance of furniture, which is available furniture and fittings 10,000. So it is shown first of all in our balance sheet on asset side, furniture fittings, which is available 10,000. Below this minus return off how much amount available, obsolete furniture 4,000. So in the outer column balance 6,000. Okay, and second effect, amount written off from the asset is our loss, shown in the profit and loss account debit side. So debit side of profit and loss account 2 return of obsolete furniture, amount in the outer column 4,000. Then the next adjustment, fifth, a court has finalized a claim of rupees 4,000 for not meeting agreement to provide goods to the customer. So we failed to provide goods to customer according to the agreement, and the court has given us a penalty of rupees 4,000. The 4,000 penalty firm has to pay. So for the firm, first of all, it is an expense, loss. So it is shown in the profit and loss account debit side, penalty. Into bracket I am writing for our knowledge claim. How much is available? 4,000. And second effect, firm has to pay. That means what? Still it is not paid by the firm. So for the firm it is a liability. So it is shown in the balance sheet on liability side. So I am writing over here on the liability side. First you have to mention the capital accounts. I am writing the title, capital accounts, partner's name Parthiv and Priya, and then you can write other liability. So over here I am writing liability of claim. It is amounting 4,000. That was the second effect for the adjustment. Now the last adjustment, outstanding wages of 2,000 is recorded to wages account, but outstanding wages account is not recorded in trial balance. So it is recorded to wages account. So wages account is already added, okay, but outstanding wages account it is not recorded. So we all know outstanding wages account means it is known as our liability. So only that effect we have to give, and liabilities are always credited. So see, we got the compensating error, debit error, which we have recorded over here. Sales account we have debited. So what is the credit effect? Outstanding wages account we have to credit. That is what compensating error we have done, okay. So that outstanding wages account, one effect only we have to give, which is recorded on the liability side, outstanding wages. I am writing over here unrecorded. That is what to understand, okay. Amount it is 2,000. So all the adjustments are recorded. Now we'll move on trial balance. So one by one I am going to read the name and I am going to record it over here. So you just listen to me and see over here what I am giving the effect. First I am completing debit balance. So drawings of partners recorded. Net cost of purchase, that is called purchase amount, recorded in trading account debit side. I am going to write from the first line only to net cost of purchase, and it is recorded in the inner column because there is one amount which you have to deduct from it regarding that goods going out other than sales. So trading account debit side, net cost of purchase 1,06,000. You can write over here as adjusted purchase also. Adjusted purchase. Then stock of goods on 31/3/17, that is closing stock, given in trial balance. Only one effect shown in the balance sheet on asset side. I am writing on asset side closing stock, which is given 28,000. Then receivables recorded, wages and salary. So wages given first means shown in the trading account debit side after leaving two lines, because still there is one thing we have to record. After leaving two lines I am going to write wages and salary amounting 10,000 in outer column. That adjustment effect was already given to wages account. You do not have to record it again, okay. Then trading expense shown in the profit and loss account debit side to trading expense, which is 16,000 in outer column. Then building is an asset shown in the balance sheet on asset side, building, which is 50,000 in outer column. No adjustment is there. Then furniture fittings recorded, office equipment, balance sheet asset side, again it is an asset, office equipment, it is 4,000. Packing material stock is also an asset, so you can write again in the balance sheet on asset side packing material stock, amount 4,000. and cash balance is also an asset. So on the asset side, cash balance, which is 2000. So debit balances are over. Now we'll move on credit balances side, where first one, capital accounts given, recorded, sales also recorded, payables is our liability. So liability side of balance sheet, payables, or you can use name creditors also, which is given 30,000. Then goods distributed as sample, which is deducted from the purchase in your trading account debit side, minus goods distributed as samples, amounting 2000. And now the difference you can write in outer column, 1,04,000. And bank overdraft is our liability. So on the liability side of balance sheet, bank overdraft, which is 14,000. So all the adjustments are recorded, all trial balance balances are also recorded. So now we have to close your account. So see, I have closed the account. Total of trading account credit side is more, so difference we have got on debit side, 94,000 gross profit, that will be transferred on credit side of profit and loss account. This procedure you all know, that is why I am discussing quickly over here. So gross profit 94,000, and accordingly we got net profit total of this credit side more in profit and loss. So net profit 65,800. This will be transferred in our appropriation account credit side. I have recorded C by net profit 65,200. Now we have to close this appropriation account. So total 65,656 credit side more. So difference on debit side we got 62,456. It is distributed among the partners. So you have to write title to partners capital account. It is divisible profit. Below that names of the partner. Now it is distributed in equal proportion in this sum because profit loss sharing ratio is not given. So accordingly I got the share of each partner. Then it is transferred to capital accounts credit side, 31,317 by profit and loss appropriation account, or you can also write by divisible profit. Correct, it is okay, you can use this word also. And then I have closed this account. So I got the closing balance. First partner 52,084, 45,116. Second partner, it is recorded as two balance carried forward. This will be transferred in your capital balance sheet liability side. Capital accounts title Parthiv and Priya you have already recorded. Only you have to write the value in inner column, closing balance amount, and total in the outer column. This is your total capital. And then you have to find out total of your balance sheet, which you will get 1,47,200 on both the sides. So that is how this can be solved. This is the procedure we all know. That is why I have recorded directly without any discussion. Okay, I hope that you are understanding and you are trying to solve the same sum again without looking into the video, without watching the video, after understanding this solution. And if you have any problem, you can see again that video and you can try to complete that much part. Okay, so this is the end of this session. Next session again we'll see another sum regarding this final account. It is taking so much of time, I know that, but it is required. Okay, and now next time in the next session when we are going to solve the sum, there is a sum number 10 available where you have to prepare different accounts, that I will tell you which accounts you have to prepare. So you be ready with that accounts, and so that you can also solve that sum with me like in the school we did during the last year. Okay, so see, I will tell you which accounts you have to prepare over here. It is given in the sum that Love and Kush are partners of a partnership firm. They distribute 60% profit in the ratio 3:2 and remaining in the ratio 2:1 from the trial balance of the firm dated on 31/3/17 and adjustments. Prepare profit and loss appropriation account, current accounts of partners, and balance sheet. So these are the three things only we have to prepare. So net profit is already given in your trial balance, I think so. So you don't have to prepare trading account and profit and loss account. Yes, it is given. So which account you have to prepare, I will tell you. For how many lines also you write down only, and then you prepare it in your book, so that next session we'll do together this final account. Okay, so first you have to prepare profit and loss appropriation account. Prepare it for 15 to 18 lines. Then prepare partners capital account for 7-8 lines, and No, partners capital account for 3-4 lines only, because current accounts are also there. Then you prepare partners current account for 7-8 lines, and then the balance sheet. Okay, this much part you have to complete, so that you can also solve the sum with me in the next session. Okay, today I will end up this session over here. Thank you and take care.